Over 30 public and private buildings, including schools and churches, were shattered by rainstorm in Aguleri, Anambra East local government area of Anambra State. However, in the wake of the disaster, some students find comfort in an open space to learn.
It's a scary sight at Father Joseph Memorial High School, an all-male boarding school with a population of over 2,000 students in Aguleri, wrecked by rainstorm. About 15 buildings in the school premises are badly damaged, with most of them having their roofs blown off. The storm also leaves in its wake collapsed walls, damaged learning materials, as well as other facilities. The students who just returned from the Easter break had returned to their hostels after dinner, and within few minutes, the rainstorm started. By morning, they were faced with a scary sight. The school management finds itself in a critical situation.
This used to be the exam hall and the computer lab with the SS3 and SS2 block. So we met it like this. It also affected the admin block and, in fact, every building in the school. So that was actually what happened, and over 2,000 students are now displaced. We don't have, this should be the first day in this part of the second term, but they have nowhere to stay and study. We have nowhere to take exams. That's the problem we are in now. So we are begging the churches, the state government, SEMA, NEMA, federal government to come to our aid.
Rebuilding the school is no doubt a Herculean task, which puts this old boy in a dilemma.
We are completely shattered and devastated. We have a program that we're hoping that before the end of this year, we will have a 3,000 capacity hall there, which will have a sick bay and a computer center. All right? But with this happening now, we don't even know where to start. We are calling on the state government, we are calling on the federal government to please come to our rescue. Right now, school is in session. More than half of the students are displaced. We thank God there was no injury and no lives were lost. We are calling on the federal government and the state government to please act fast.
Our delegation from the State Emergency Management Agency and the National Emergency Management Agency on an assessment tour. Interestingly, the school serves the purpose of Emergency Relief Center in Anambra State. The representatives decry the impact of the disaster.
It is the biggest holding center we have in Anambra State, if not part of the southeast also. And then the school has been a very good partner to SEMA in terms of flood management and housing and internally displaced persons. Even our holding center here, the blocks we do use as holding centers, we are not spared by the windstorm. Just like you can see, it's not only the school that is affected in the town. We have other dwelling houses and residential buildings also affected and other public facilities. The damage is colossal. That is why we have elected our national partner, which is NEMA, National Emergency Management Agency. We have always collaborated with them in the past. And then I can assure you, what we are doing here is a joint assessment. At the end of the day, we will make our own report to the state governor for intervention, and we also earnestly hope that NEMA will look at the peculiarity of the damage here and the peculiarity of the disaster, and then come to the aid of the state and then the affected persons.
We are very, very surprised because we didn't expect the destruction to be very, very serious like this. But when we came, we saw that a lot of roofs were blown off, and we were even very surprised that nobody was hurt. And we take solace in that because if the children were around, there is no way that lives couldn't have been lost.
The new school block is the most affected at St. Justice Chinwuba Memorial Secondary School, also in Aguleri. Books and other educational materials are destroyed. However, some students are not deterred from holding classes under a tree.
So why would the Bible start by 9 to get our C?
The students, as you can see, are outside now. They don't have other classroom to where they can stay for their learning. The teachers equally, we can now stay under the mango trees, you know, to teach them. So it's affecting us very well. The students, as you can see, are stranded. Most of them are standing outside. There's no extra classroom for them to stay. So it's affecting us adversely.
I'm surprised when I saw all those things that happen in school, about what the rain that faced they did to our school, even our roofing. So the wind started everything that we have here in school. So don't know what to do. We are surprised. So that's why we are sitting there.
Besides these schools, structures at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Aguleri, including the school building, are ravaged by the rainstorm. The rainstorm also destroyed the Otuocha High Court building, leaving occupants stranded. These public institutions require quick intervention from both the state and federal government, especially for the schools whose students will soon commence the senior secondary school certificate examination.
Eyewitness Report enables you to tell your story with your pictures and videos. Simply post them on the Eyewitness portal via the Channels TV app, which you can download from the various app stores online. It's time to see some of the pictures you sent in for the week.
Starting on this segment is a video of a vehicle driving across a ramshackle wooden bridge built across a swampy area. The bridge, according to our eyewitness reporter, connects Ayobo with Igondu communities in Alimosho local government area of Lagos State. The reporter says the operator, a local politician, charges 500 naira per car and up to 700 naira for SUVs to use the bridge as a shortcut.
Okay, so here's the interesting part, right? Once they get across to the other side, then they have to pay a toll. See, you're paying a toll to drive across this whole bridge. Amazing. See? You see what happened? Yep.
Next is a video of a burning tanker. The eyewitness reporter says the fuel-laden tanker had a brake failure and crashed into residential homes, killing people and destroying properties along Loko Oweto Road in Agatu local government area of Benue State. The reporter decries the absence of a fire station within reach, which could have lessened the impact of the fire.
The community in Agatu local government, Oshugudi to be precise, and this is the federal highway. Actually, the junction to Obagaji local government, which is the local government headquarters. This trailer is blocking the highway actually. And a lot of people have been displaced in this community. You can see what is happening. You can see a whole lot of people out here. You can see businesses. The fuel actually floats down into the adjoining building here. You can see houses destroyed down here like this. Houses burnt. People died in this whole thing, in this whole carnage. You can see bikes. You can see there are shops behind the truck, and a whole lot. We don't know the extent yet to which the damages are. We don't know how many lives. We don't know people are missing in this community right now.
Thank you for sharing those images with us. We hope to receive more from you. That's the show for this week. Thanks for watching. I am Yomi Otaigbe.